The sinking of the Titanic, famously known for being the unsinkable ship, on the 14th of April 1912 was a perfect storm waiting to happen. Here are 10 mistakes that led to the sinking of the Titanic that I bet you didn't know about. If you're a fan of history, then don't forget to hit the follow and let me know in the comments what sort of content you want to see. The first mistake occurred before the ship had even left the dock. 10 days before the Titanic was scheduled to set sail, fire broke out in Coal Bunker 6. The cause of this fire was most likely spontaneous combustion, and it wasn't necessarily something that people should have been concerned about, because fires like this were extremely common in the early 20th century. The crew of the Titanic followed normal protocol, and the fire continued to burn right up until the 14th of April. This has led some historians to theorize that the fire may have weakened the structure of the ship's hull, because when steel is exposed to heat of up to 1,000 degrees, then it can lose 40% or more of its strength, which may explain why it was so easy for the iceberg to punch so many holes in the side of the ship. Mistake number 2 was that the ship's crew did not have access to the ship's binoculars. The day before the ship set sail, Second Officer David Blair was reassigned to another ship. This reassignment was unexpected, and in his rush to get off the ship, Blair took the keys to the crow's nest locker off the ship with him. This meant that even though the ship was equipped with binoculars, it couldn't access them because they didn't have this set of keys behind me. Lookout Fred Fleet, who was in the crow's nest of the night of the ship's sinking, survived the sinking of the ship and later testified that if he had had access to the binoculars, then they probably would have seen the iceberg sooner and most likely been able to avoid it. Though experts have challenged this, stating that even if Fred Fleet and Reginald Lee had access to the binoculars, due to the weather conditions on the night of the sinking, they still probably wouldn't have seen the iceberg in time. Mistake number 3, and probably one of the most important mistakes made on the night of the sinking, was that the wireless operators ignored the iceberg warnings. This happened for 2 reasons. The first was that the wireless operators were more focused on sending and receiving passenger messages, and secondly, the iceberg warning that the Titanic received from the SS Masiba at 9:40 p.m, warning them of an ice field right ahead, lacked the vital MSG. MSG stood for Master Service Gram. It would have signalled to the wireless operators that this message was urgent and needed to be sent straight to Captain Smith. However, this message never reached Captain Smith, thus the Titanic headed straight into the iceberg. Come back for part 2.